Hello. I am back with another video. So, I took my black walnut bath cleanse, and boy, oh boy, can I say it did not take long to, um, it did not take long to start having some effects. Ooh, when I tell you, I wanted to say I was ready. I don't think I was. Even though I wasn't, I'm okay with the things that I've learned, seen, heard, exposed, knowing that things that's happening in my life right now are happening for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. That has been my lifelong motto. Everything happens for a reason. And I faithfully believe that. With that being said, I'm learning each day. I want to say I'm sure that I'm learning patience. I'm learning how not to want to be in control. I've always had faith. So, yeah, with that being said, I am going to be making videos hopefully every single day, because I want to look back at this in the next year and see how far I've come. I am so in the dark with my next steps. So confused. I am going to say that. I am going to use that word. I didn't want to use that word, but that is the correct word to use, confused. Although I know that I will not be where I am next month, I know that I'm not where I will be in the next month, but I do know that I won't be here. I've been, I haven't. I was going to say I've been so comfortable, but I haven't been. I made sure that I wasn't comfortable, so I wouldn't get comfortable enough to not want to move on to the next step of my journey. I do want to start walking, taking walks, going outside, getting fresh air, and working out, even if it's just jogging a block or two every other day. I do want to start somewhere. So I recently went to go see my oldest son that's in, I think, prison, halfway house or something like that. And it was really nice. I haven't seen him in a while. I went to go see him, but he asked me a question that threw me off guard. He asked me, "So, Ma, how long are you going to be where you are right now?" And I was like, "Huh? What?" And yeah, "How long are you going to be there?" And at first I was like, "Well, since he graduate from his trade next month, the beginning of next month." I was like, "Well, I think I'm gonna make sure I come to your graduation and then I'm gonna go. Then I thought about it and I was like, I know for sure I'll be gone by the end of June. But when I tell you, I'm gonna make it my business, and you can hold me to this. I will be long gone from where I am by the beginning of June. Um, I don't think, well, I'm not going to say I don't think this was one of my stops. I do know for sure this was a stop. Like I said, everything happened for a reason. I am learning things that I need to learn along my journey. So once I get to where I need to go, I would know what to do and how to do it. I remember years ago, I was always like, if I ever win the lottery, I'm buying this person this, I'm giving this person this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm having this, I'm having that. And along the way, people, places, and things have dropped off that list. And I'm just understanding that everybody has to have their own back, no matter. You should never worry about what nobody think of you, and always make sure that you are respected, especially if you are given respect at all times. I absolutely treat people the way I want to be treated because I refuse to be disrespected. I really don't care what anybody think of me. I don't care how they see me, because that's a reflection of you. But I refuse to be disrespected. I know that I have learned things along the way later than I think I was supposed to. But I'm okay with that too. I feel like those things happen for a reason too. I've been really gullible in my lifetime. I'm not ashamed to say. I've always loved hard. I've been in relationships for a really long time. For the first time in my life, I am single. Since I've been of age, since I've had children. The first time I've ever been single. And I'm excited. I used to be scared to go places by myself, scared to be at home alone, but I'm not anymore. I've never lived alone because I have 7 children, and now that they are all grown, I absolutely will live by myself. I dropped my life to start a new one in February. And like I said, although I don't know exactly where I'm going, I know I'm not going backwards. I'm not being with anybody that I've been with. I'm not being friends with people that I've been friends with that we are no longer friends. And I really don't deal with the people that is kin to me through blood. I am what they call the black sheep of the family, and I'm okay with that. I've always been. I never really cared to be a part of anybody's life that does not want me a part of their lives. And that's my the person that had me, her side, and the man that helped create me, his side. I've never been close to anyone on, I'm not gonna say on either side. I've had some close cousins on her side. and a close cousin on his side as well. But you know, it is what it is. Um, Families have so many secrets that they've been wanting you to keep secret for decades. I'm not keeping no more secrets. I'm telling my truth. And although this is my second video or third, there will be plenty more. And I'm going to tell my story. I don't care who don't like it. And I don't care who feel a type of way about it. My story is my story, just like your story is your story. And I'm telling my story. I deserve to be able to tell my story. So many things has went on in my 48 years of living. I feel like people need to know. People need to know so they can understand that if they are going through things the same as me, they are not the only one. Also, I feel like no one has the same train of thought. Nobody think alike. It's just like a fingerprint, a thumbprint, a fingerprint. However you want to go by it. Nobody thinks alike. Not a sister, a brother, a twin, a mother, nobody. Everybody have their own way of thinking. Although there are people that are like-minded like you and me, they will never ever be able to think exactly the way I think or exactly the way you think. And I'm okay with that. I just know that throughout my years, I've always been misunderstood. And now I'm understanding that it's because I do not belong where I am. I do not belong around the people that I've been around for so many years. I will find my soul tribe. Soul tribe is like-minded people. People that love like you, people that think like you, people that treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And that's where my journey is going, to find like-minded people like me, my soul family. I know it's not in this state. I would have found them by now. I know that I will have to make stops along the way. I know that I'm going to meet people. Like I said, I was scared to be alone and scared to go places by myself. But I understand that this journey is for me to take alone. And I'm okay with that. A year ago, 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been okay with that. But I'm definitely okay with it now. I've worked some jobs that were terrible. I've met some people that was unbelievable. And these are my, this is how I feel. They might not be the same to other people, but this is how I feel. This is my story. Those people, places, and things were horrendous. The way that those people at those jobs or that job did not care about people, or some people that I met that wanted to make sure that they treated people like trash. I'm thinking, I feel like just to suck the life and the energy out of people. I did not know that was a thing. I am learning this stuff at my ripe age of, is it right? My age of 48 years old. And at first I was mad. I was angry. And I was projecting. But no matter what, I am grateful that even though it's a little late, I am learning what I need to learn. I am going to be a boss one day, and when I become that boss, I'm going to be the boss I always wanted. I'm going to be the best boss I've ever known. By the time I turn 50, in less than 2 years, I will be where I want to be. That is a fact. That is a promise to myself. And I'm excited to learn and meet people along the way. I'm not even sure where my next stop is, but I am sure that I am on my way to it. I know that for a fact. So, if you share, if you like, if you subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We have a long way to go. Yeah, a long way to go. And I'm all for it. I know that I am going to have some good times and some difficult times. But I know for a fact that I'm going to have more amazing times than complicated times. And it is what it is. Life is life. So with that being said, well, I don't know. I do want to say too, I hung out with my favorite cousin on my mom's side for a couple of days, and I really needed that because I was so down. I was so confused. I felt stuck. Going over there and hanging with her made me realize that I need to start doing the things that I need to do for myself. So I'm planning a nice little first a little getaway for myself, and after that getaway, I'm just gonna keep on going. I'm not scared. I am kind of nervous, but I do know that the higher power has its hands on me, his arms around me, their arms around me. So I know that I am gonna be okay. I've always trusted in the higher power. And I also understand that the universe has a lot to do with the things and manifesting. And so I've been manifesting. I've been, you know, thinking about what's next. And like I said, never looking back. So I'm excited to see what's next. And I'm excited to see what's next after next. But for right now, I'm going to just get myself together and get all my things together. I have a storage that has all my stuff in it because I recently left where I lived, and I left the job that was very negligent with people's lives. And I couldn't sit there and watch that anymore. My heart and my soul would not let me. That's another story for another day. And believe me, another story for a couple days. Because it is part of my story, and I will tell it. And it's going to take way more than a day to tell. Along with my childhood, I was just talking to my cousin and explaining to her that um, although I did a lot of things, like I did hair, I used to coupon, and I did a lot of things. And instead of charging for those things, I was giving those things away. I never really knew that it was important. Um, Things was always given to me. So I was taught to give things away. I was never charged for anything. So I never knew to charge for anything. If you know, catch my drift. I don't know. I'm so confused about my upbringing. Um, it was not all bad. I do have a lot of trauma because um, of things that happened to me in my life. I do not talk to any of my siblings. My younger brother was the only sibling that I ever really got along with, and he passed away. Um, I don't think that those other siblings ever cared for me or liked me, and it is what it is. I felt like because uh, my father was their stepfather, and he whooped them, um, and not me. So they were angry and upset that he would whoop them and he would not whoop me. I'm thinking because I was too young, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so um, after my father went away, meaning leaving with another woman, my mother did not like him at all. And so not even just me, but my brother, even my kids had to be in the middle of that. And it was not easy. It was not a good thing. Even before I had my mom and my dad live in the same house, in my house. And that even was not a good way to live. So I had 7 kids, my 7 children, myself and my mother living in a room, and my father living in a room. My mother always lived with me off and on. Uh, so he was going through a divorce. He ran from the state that he was in and to come here. So he needed somewhere to stay for a couple of months. So I didn't think that I should let him live out in the world, even though he wasn't really a good person to me, a good father to me. I've never called him dad. I've always called him by his name. I recently had a conversation with him, and he told me that his ex-wife, his second wife, told him that he should stop doing stuff for me because I'm going to have all these kids. I'm not going to ever stop having kids as long as he do for me. So he did. He stopped doing things for me. Um, and he did what he did for those stepkids. But, you know, I used to think I wanted him in my life. I wanted him in my life. Whole time when I talked to his stepdaughter, she was like, he traumatized them. He did a lot of things to them. And So you never really know. Everything happens for a reason. I'm thinking I want this man in my life to be a father to me, but these step kids or that stepdaughter explained to me that he was not a good person to live with. Not only his stepdaughter, but I've talked to some cousins, and some great aunts, and they also told me that he was not a good person, and which makes me believe that that was the reason why his side of the family never really, I want to say, accepted me and my little brother, um, because we were the only two kids of his out of my mom 5 children. So yeah, um, but like I said, I have a story to tell. I'm gonna tell it. Um, I'm gonna try not to be all over the place, but I know it's not gonna come in order like it should. Um, but yeah, so I'm about to get myself together to get ready to um, write me a list of things that I need to do for the next 7 days and prepare to go ahead and lay it down for the day. And I will see or talk to everybody tomorrow because I cannot see you. I do want to leave behind that if you treated people the way that you want to be treated, life would be a better place. Love like you never loved before all the time. Stop worrying about what people think of you and worry about what you think of yourself. Um, the only time you see yourself is if you're looking in the mirror, or you're looking at yourself, through your camera. Um, but you should always look at yourself and see what you can fix within before you try to see who you can fix besides you. If everybody try to figure out what was wrong with them and what their issues is and their traumas, I promise you, again, this world would be a better place, you know. But we can only do so much. And whatever you do, whatever you change within yourself, is important. It's important to you and important to the people around you. Because I don't know if you know, but every decision you make dictates the next chapter of your life. Like, your life can change in a mere seconds from decisions that you make. Consequences come with decisions. So think before you do things. Think before you say things. Once you see them, you cannot take them back. And even though people forgive, they don't forget. Some people don't even forgive. But nobody, and I mean nobody, forgets. So, like I said, treat people the way you want to be treated. And that's it for now. Like I said, like and subscribe. And I will see you soon. See you later.